You must have heard the phrase, "You are what you eat." Today's video is all about it, but it will not be fixated on food that much. It will be about staying away from it. In this video, we are going to introduce you to the being highly adopted habit of intermittent fasting. You will know what it is and what are the benefits you can achieve if you try it out on yourselves. Hit that subscribe button before we dive in. Those who are familiar with the Muslim holy month of Ramadan have a solid idea about what fasting is. And if you're not aware, then there is no need to worry, as we are going to clear up your curiosity just now. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting means that you are going to eat only at specific times in your day. Your day is divided into time intervals of two kinds. One in which you will abstain from eating anything, and the other where you can eat. Muslims follow a standard time duration for their fasting month, but for intermittent fasting, there are no standard periods. It is solely up to you on deciding your fasting time periods and their durations. There are many types of intermittent fasting. We are going to explain some of them shortly. Fasting. To eat for 5 days of the week as usual, on the rest of the days consuming less than 500 calories. Time-restricted fasting. Staying away from food for more than half of the daily hours and consuming a good amount before the starting and finishing time. It is different from the coming eat stop eat type, as it has one long time period and not multiple periods of your choice. Overnight fasting. Fasting overnight by not eating past 7 or 8 and then having a meal after 12 hours in the breakfast. It is the easiest amongst all to implement, as you will not have to fight with the temptation of hunger for most of the time as you are busy snoring in your sleep. Eat, stop, eat, repeat. This is even simpler than overnight fasting. You just have to refrain from consuming an extremely heavy meal throughout the day and take appropriate gaps between them of your desired choice. It offers the most flexibility, but that does not mean that discipline is not involved in it. You will still have to control your cravings during the non-eating period of your choice. Alternate day fasting. It consists of fasting for alternate days of your choice. It is suggested by many nutritionists for clients who want to lose weight quickly and effectively. Now that we have discussed the type of intermittent fasting, let's ump the benefits of doing it. Here are the top 10 benefits of intermittent fasting. Number 1. Weight loss. Yes, of course it causes weight loss. We are sure you are already aware of that. Intermittent fasting is one of the best activities one can adopt to have weight loss. Many diet nutritionists focus on the importance of fasting, and they recommend their clients to go through it. When you are fighting off your cravings, your body is busy melting the fats to compensate for the energy demand. In the meantime, you are not consuming any more calories. One can experience a 5 to 7% reduction in body weight. The weight loss can occur at a surprising rate of 0.25 to 0.34 kilograms through intermittent fasting. A great benefit of intermittent fasting is that one does not go through the same amount of muscle mass loss as in calorie restriction fasting. In calorie restriction fasting, the muscle mass loss is 25%, whereas intermittent fasting, the loss is only 10%. So, for the gym bros, intermittent fasting is the way to go, as they are very concerned about their gains. Number 2. Helps the brain. You guys have surely heard the phrase, "A healthy mind is in the healthy body." What is beneficial for the body will surely offer some good impact on the brain, and that is also the case with intermittent fasting. When you are doing fasting, your body feels a reduction in oxidation levels, inflammation, and sugar levels. Many experiments were carried out on lab rats and mice, and the results showed an increase in the nerve cells, which is highly beneficial for the brain. Fasting can also help you win the fight against depression, as it highly increases a brain hormone that is responsible for depression if it is not found in sufficient amount. That hormone is called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. Fasting also prevents from having strokes, which can cause serious brain damage if occurred. Number 3. Reduced blood pressure. When your diet is limited and there's not much junk going on, your body automatically starts to function better. Every organ experiences a noticeable increase in its efficiency, and this causes many benefits. One of those many benefits is reduced blood pressure. Blood is very crucial for our functioning, and if it is being delivered effectively to every organ, then it will surely give its ideal outputs to the body. Intermittent fasting helps the body in maintaining appropriate blood pressure, as it also causes weight loss, so the whole system witnesses more stability than before. If one wants to enjoy a stress-free life, then they need to exercise intermittent fasting regularly, as reduced blood pressure secures reduced stress levels. If your blood pressure is in control, then you are also safe from suffering an immediate blood pressure shoot or low blood pressure. So what are you waiting for? Start fasting. Number 4. Improves insulin resistance. As we already told you that intermittent fasting is very efficient in weight loss. That weight loss further offers a lot of benefits for the body. One of them is having an improved insulin resistance. It is very helpful in reducing blood glucose and in increasing the body's insulin sensitivity by lowering the concentration of leptin. Leptin is a hormone produced by the fat cells of our body to regulate hunger and produce another hormone called adipodectin. This hormone plays an essential role in lipid and glucose metabolism. These hormones also play a clinical role in the weight loss process as they make the metabolism much more effective. This is a very beneficial activity for those people who either have diabetes or who have very high chances of getting it. With the help of intermittent fasting, they can reduce the chances of getting it. Number 5. Increases lifespan. Who does not want to stay young and live as long as possible? No one! We all want to have all the time in the world to spend it with our loved ones and to fulfill our lifelong dreams. Well, if you also have the same ambition in your mind, then intermittent fasting is the way to go, as it keeps your body in its ideal shape. The cells work as effectively as they can, the blood pressure is perfect, and the brain also offers its 100% to function. When it was experimented on animals, intermittent fasting proved to market for metabolic response, stress, health, and age-related disease. This confirms that intermittent fasting is highly beneficial for attaining longevity. Intermittent fasting reduces the chances of chronic disease, which helps us improve the quality of life. Number 6. Cancer protection. Intermittent fasting can prove to be beneficial in the prevention of cancer as well. Experiments performed on lab rats and other species have shown that this periodic fasting process helps in preventing the toxic effect caused by chemotherapy drug in the normal cell during the sensitization of the cancer cell. These experiments are not totally true for the cases of humans, but the traits studied under the observations are promising enough to be relied upon. Still, we all know that there is no cure for cancer up to date, so this is just a preventative measure. The chances of developing cancer reduces through decreased inflammation and weight loss. The researchers are still researching about the role of fasting in the better prognosis of cancer. Number 7. Helps in managing inflammation. Inflammation is a natural phenomenon that our bodies have to go through when we practice intermittent fasting, but it is beneficial in a way that speeds up the healing process of our injuries and fights off with harmful pathogens. But if the inflammation persists for a long time, then it can become dangerous for the body starts showing adverse side effects. The reason behind chronic inflammation is the continuously triggered immune system due to the threat it perceives. It can be responsible for many chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, atherosclerosis, and osteoporosis. Intermittent fasting has been seen to decrease the concentrations of pro-inflammatory markers, which are responsible for chronic diseases, such as interleukin-6, homocysteine, and C-reactive protein. Number 8. Keeps cells and hormones healthy. After a fasting of many hours, several things happen to our bodies. One of them may include changes in the levels of hormones to start vital cellular repair processes and to make fat more accessible. Basically, during fasting, we give some time to our body to repair and the rest to keep our body fit by keeping our cells healthy. Autophagy is the natural mechanism that our body performs on its own to remove dysfunctional and waste cells to keep our body healthy through getting rid of damaged cells and regenerate healthier cells. Autophagy plays an essential role to protect our body from many threats and diseases, such as inflammatory disease, cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative diseases, and cancer. Number 9. Better heart health. Intermittent fasting is not just to protect or prevent heart diseases, but it is also very beneficial for those who have already suffered from heart attacks. It also works on the risk factors that are related to heart diseases, such as low levels of cholesterol and blood lipid, unstable glucose levels in the blood, and decreasing inflammatory factors such as cytokines and C-reactive proteins. The weight loss due to intermittent fasting helps us regulate our heartbeat, heart rate variability, blood flow, and vasodilation. The research is still being conducted to see the impact of intermittent fasting on heart disease, but the current research proves that our diet is very important for a healthy heart. If we are fasting, but we are still neglecting the quality of food we eat in the eating intervals, then it will destroy the whole purpose of fasting and we will gain no benefit from it. Number 10. Strong will. This is the most important benefit of intermittent fasting, which helps us in almost every aspect of our lives. As we manage to learn how to control our desires and to not give in to those hunger temptations, we also learn how to control any other desire in our life. Intermittent fasting makes us disciplined, and we get used to following a proper routine in our lives. The patience we develop throughout fasting helps us in containing our emotions, and this leads to emotional stability and maturity. As The Rock sang in his new song, "It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour." That is exactly the impact of intermittent fasting in strengthening our mentalities. We are sure that these benefits will be motivating enough for you to try out intermittent fasting on yourselves for once. Do not forget to share your experience with us in the comments, and if you think that you gained any more benefit than the ones we mentioned, then do let everyone else know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed our today's video, and we will be back with more informative videos that will surely improve your health. Thank you for watching this one.